afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the flower patch. My name's Iris Smith and I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Welcome, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope the weather's lovely where you are. Here, very windy with showers. But we don't let that bother us. Anyway, thank you for all your wonderful messages. And I really do appreciate them. Thank you, Diane, for sending me your beautiful pictures of your arrangements. I will respond to them, my darling. I just got to, I was a bit busy. Went to visit my sister last night and came home just after midnight and went straight to bed. So I will answer them and it will be today. Right, today I'm going to do another wreath. I've had a private message as well when I looked this morning of somebody asking me if I could show them how to do a wreath in gold and green with pumpkins in and basically a bow. But they'd like the pumpkins in so then they could be for Christmas as well. But they, you know, where they could take the pumpkins out and just replace them with something like roses or poinsettias, things like that. So we're going to work on a 14-inch grapevine wreath today. I've already tried to tidy it up a little bit. I just keep seeing the odd bits. And we're going to... I think today I'm going to do one where I'm going to place the bow at the top here and come down the sides instead of a crescent shape. I'm going to just bring it over here and, you know, maybe sit a few pumpkins at the bottom here, but I don't really want much around the pumpkins. Maybe the odd bit of foliage and things like that. So we're going to go through what we're going to do. First of all, I've done the bow and I've got it in the ruffled edge, or I don't know, do you say ruffle? I've gone daft today. And then I've got one in the gold and white stripe with the glitter on, and also with the green. That's the 7/8 and the 5/8 as well. And I thought we could place, as I stated, that at the top. I've done quite long tail ends to hang down. So that's our bow. Now, I've got out, the lady, when I replied to her message, I asked her if there was any specific tone or colour in the green that she would like. She said just a mixture, dark and light. So we're going to use our maple in the very sage green colour. I thought that would look really pretty with the brown stems. Now I forget what this is called. I was going to look, actually, if I'm being quite honest. I was going to look before I started to remind me, and I've forgotten. But it does look a little like the eucalyptus. But we've got some of this, and I've only got one bunch out of it because obviously it's just going around the top. So I thought with 7 stems on, that hopefully should be enough. If not, I've got them all on the floor here as well. I've taken out just one stem of our tree pine, which I love this. It's the rubber texture, guys. It's fabulous. And you get 7 leaves or stems on here as well, and you can pull them off. They are on paperback. So I've got one of those. I've also got out what I placed from a garland on picks, some more maple leaves, but in the cream colour with the dark veins on the back. Now I've got out in gold, well it's more of a champagne gold, some of our fern, or yeah, it's fern, little ferns on one big leaf, and I've got the new bunches out of those. They come single stems in a pack like so, they're not actually on a full bunch. I've also got out my bay leaves in the champagne. These are a new pack. I've used the others about 4 days ago, so I'm starting a new pack. I keep them in the pack because of the glitter. They are heavily glittered, so, and then it does get everywhere. So we've got our bay leaves as well. I've also just got out one stem of my glittered grass. I think I glittered with like little seeds on of our grass. I may break this up and just pop the odd one around. It is a different tone and colour to the champagne. This is the actual gold, but I wanted to, you know, maybe mix them up and add 2 tones of that colour in as well. Let me just get these up here. I've also got these little maiden head stems in gold as well, the same colour as the grass. What I may want to dot around along the, you know, on the inside, cut them down. So I've got 2 stems of those. I've also got out what I place on picks, some of my white berries, with us having white in the bow. So I thought, let's get some white in as well. Now I've done this myself this morning before the video. I've got a big bag of raffia. So I've cut down some raffia, placed a pick at the end and wrapped some floral tape around to create a pick, and just have a little bit of natural raffia in with the natural colour, just to add in for different texture as well. For our floral, I've got these now, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 6 stems here, and that's what you get on one stem. And I love these. I think they're so tiny and so cute. I think they're just lovely, and they've got movement. You know, the stems here on the actual flower and the foliage hasn't got any wire in. It's only the main stem, so they do flop, so they give it that movement. Now I've decided to get these out as well. I'm considering, I've only got 2 out, the rest are down there. I've opened one up, as you can see here. I was just looking at it under the bow going down like that. I want to place one there under the tail ends as they hang, and I think that may quite, you know, look quite nice. And then the rest, just cut some off and maybe add into the wreath at the top as well. I'm going to excuse me, so sorry about that, guys. Now I'm going to get some more of these. I only bought 3 stems, but one's in my house in a nice vase, and I love they're very realistic. They are plastic, but the colour and the tone is just really pretty. And this is when I went to Dunhelm the other day, and you have to sort of like spot some cheaper foliage, because they are quite pricey on a lot of the floral and foliage. But these were £3 from Dunhelm, allium spray. Guys, they are beautiful with the grass as well, and I think they are fabulous. And look how they look, so realistic with the flowers on at the top as well. And the colour, it's like a very, I don't know, like a sage green mixed with a cream, but it really is pretty. And again, Dunhelm, £3 for one stem. So I am going to get some more of those as well. Now for our pumpkins, I've got some different colour green. Let's open them. It's more like a forest green. So I've got 2 out of these, which are, let's have a look, just under 5 inch. So I've got 2 of the green ones in the forest green out. Then I also got some more picks out in the olive green with the pumpkins on. So I've got 3 more of those out as well that I'd like to incorporate. I've also got 2 more of the mushrooms with the like olive green as well on them, which I'm going to place on picks. I haven't done that yet. And I've also got out 3 gold glittered and sequined pumpkins. They come with a hole at the bottom for you to place a pick or a stem in, so which is really handy. So I haven't placed those in yet. They are, oops, I've got one which is bigger than the other. So one is 3 inch and the others are 2 inch. So we've got 3 of those as well. So that's what we've got to try and create something beautiful again today. So, I mean, green is my favourite colour, guys. So when I do anything to do with green, I just love it. So if I just place things over here, I haven't got any, you know, floral as in such out, you know, like roses or anything like that. I want to just stick to mainly the pumpkins. So I've just got the alliums out. Instead, just to add something floral in. Let's just place everything out of our way. So let's get the glitter off. So I'm going to bring the camera down and we're going to work, I'm going to work upside down so you can have a better view of how you would be making it if it was facing yourself. So one moment, everybody. So let's just come in a little bit. If I can just position it correctly without it, oops, tipping over to one side. Right. So with these, again, oops, I did open one. Get the rubber band off. And they are quite, the white floral on here are quite loose. They do come off quite a bit. I've had to try and shake them before I started to get the loose ones off. But I do want, or I'd like to, have one coming down here. So then when the bow is on, it will sit like that. So that's my plan. So I'm going to cut the stem. And this is going to hang at the bottom quite far down, but I don't mind that. Let me cut it at an angle. I always cut it across. They are quite tough. So let's get quite a bit of glue on because they are quite weighty as well. I'm going to just move my hook. If I can get. and then I'm going to manipulate it down like so. If you feel you want a little bit more glue to hold it, grab your glue gun and just squeeze around the top where the stem is gone into your wreath. So I will place that around. I wonder if I could have done it that way. Let me open it just to balance it out. We could do it this way. So the hook is going either side of the stem. So I may have to do another one now because I've cut it. Let's try and get it back in. There we go. So we've got that in the center. So I'm wanting to place in my maple. And I'm going to bend because I want it just coming over the sides here. And then the other one, do the same on the opposite side. Let's just turn some of these leaves the correct way. They are hard to twist, so I'm going to pull it off and I'll glue it back on in the same position, in the position that I'd like. So we've got it like that at the moment. Let's maybe, I'm just going to measure how long. Yeah, there. So I want to be placing some, I placed these ones on the outer side of the wreath, so I want to just place some on the inner side. Just switching the leaf around again. So it's quite fluffy up above. So we're going to be having the bow in here. Now I could save some of these to go with some pumpkins along the bottom. So I'll keep that aside. I want to place in the bow quite early today, so then I can work around. It doesn't matter when you place in your bow. It can be near the end or at the end. It can be at the beginning or as you're working along with your wreath. So I'll place that one piece of wire through there and the other through there. Oops, I got. Now I'm just going to look where I want it to be sat, which is around where it's gone. Oops. Trying to catch the wire, it's just gone through, gone back up, shall I say. There we go. So I'll twist it at the back. And then we'll place it back inside the wreath. There. So that's our bow added in. So there we have that one. Now I want to be adding in my tree pine, so let's pull these out. We'll start with 3. And I do like these. They are a very thin stem when you pull them out. So we'll add one in here. So the bow is our central point, so I'm working either side of our bow and also placing some foliage above the bow as well. We're trying to create that circular arrangement going around. that, and then I want one in the center. I'll cut that a little bit shorter, and I want this going vertical. The top, and then I'm going to place 2 in between. Just manipulate them, everyone, and just give them some movement, how they'd be in, you know, the natural look. If you had one on a tree pine on your garden or in the forest, if you go walking, give them that natural movement. Excuse me. So we have that effect. I'll save these in case the last 2, in case I want them again around the bottom. We'll see as we go along. And with the raffia, I want to be adding things in for our movement there as well. So where's the gold fern? Now these are quite big also, so I'm wanting to bring these down the side. So I'll cut these stems down as they're quite long too. We'll give them a bit of movement again. Let's get a bit of glue on those. I like to see gold and green. Last Christmas I had my decor in my living room was gold and green. This year I don't know whether to keep it gold and green or go gold and cream, with me having light furniture and gold accessories in my home. I was thinking of doing that. But we'll see. So there's the other. And I'm going to place one. I don't know whether to cut it. Let's have a look. No, I'll keep it as it is. I will just place this one up above for height. One moment, I may have to just reposition that. There we go. So we've got the gold at the top as well. So I don't want any more of those in. I feel I want to place in the pumpkin picks at the top and have the maybe some of the other pumpkins at the bottom. We will see. can't get, they're all tangled. So let's place one. Right, looks like the paper's coming off of these, so I'm going to put a bit of glue, get some floral tape and wrap it around to keep it nice and tidy at the bottom. So I'm just placing the pumpkins. I tend to do one on one side, then the other, next one up, I go to the left, then back to the right, then the left, because this is just at the top. That's where I'll stop, and then you can swirl these twiggy bits around your finger as well. So we'll place that one in also. Just, there we go, push that one up. So you can at least see a couple, 2 or 3 of the pumpkins sat at the top as well. So I've placed those and entwine them into the gold leaf, so they're coming through the gold leaf. So let's do the same with this. So left, right, and I try to lean the heads forward as well. So I want these coming out from the side. I'll just bend the stem a little. Just pop some of the pumpkins through as well, like that. We'll do the same on this one. We'll pop some pumpkins through as well on here. So we've got the pumpkins now in on the top. I'm going to add a little bit of this raffia as well. We'll place some on the end to give that texture at the end. I did 7 just in case I may want some down below as well, and 1 coming down from the center I want also. And you can just, with the raffia as well, bring it through and incorporate it within your foliage. I think I'm going to place that one coming out because it's got one little droopy one. So we will put this under the ribbon coming down. Like that. Well, I'm all on my own today, guys. Everybody is at work because I work from home. Mondays is my oldest son's day off. My youngest son works different rota. Yesterday was one of his days off. So it was just myself and my husband who was at work. But then today they're all back at work. So I'm all by myself. How many have I got left? 1. Right. I'm going to have to place one up here. Have that. In the center there. I was going to perhaps incorporate a couple here, but I think I won't. So we'll leave that one out. Right, let's have a look. I do quite like those. Do I place in? I may not use everything again that I have here. Oh, I've just pulled a leaf off. Oh my goodness, let's pull that stem out. Put some fresh glue on it. Just to incorporate a bit of the lighter maple, as you can see around with the green maple. So we're going to do that as well. Then the stems, oh no, I broke that one. Can't use it, it's split. I'm not going to place in too many of the maple. I'm going to bring some on the inner side as well. It always looks nice to bring in some from the top on the inside, just to balance that out. And also to fill in some areas what may need bigger foliage leaves in. Now, I think just 2 more. And I'll save these aside in case I want them as well, down at the bottom. I'm going to place some under the pumpkins. Oh, I've just heard a truck. So, now, let me just take these off the band as well. I think that looks pretty. Oh, somebody's here, guys. I thought they were. One moment. Sorry about that, guys. I wasn't supposed to be having some deliveries till probably the end of the week. So they're early. Well, we can't complain, can we? Right, let's just bring those in. Right, I was thinking the pumpkins. I bring this up a bit. I don't know whether to have one in between here at the bottom and then add in just one of those, or do I bring... I may bring those up above. Do I add in 3 different sizes? I don't think the bigger one, the other bigger one. And then bring those, oops, it's that way. Oh no, I know what the O's are for. It's these. Where's that bag then that I've put down? That's just made me realise that I kept thinking it's a funny looking pumpkin. Let me place, it's for this stem of it. Let's have a look. I can't remember which box I got them out of. Here we go. Here we go. I thought that looked a bit odd. Right. Comes with the little stem separate. So let's That's better, guys. It looks more like a pumpkin. Let's get glue on that one and stick that one in. Oh, I thought there was for your picks till I realised something just wasn't looking right. Silly me. A pumpkin wouldn't be a pumpkin without the stem on it or the stalk. So what I'm going to do with this is just turn it around a moment so I can position, so I can go here. So that needs to go around there. There we go. So I've just pushed in a pick inside because it is just polystyrene. I'm going to just cut and place this one in. I may need to just get a little bit of wire because I've not got my glue gun on, just to hold it in a little bit in that position. So I'm going to go through the grapevine with a bit of the floral wire if I can, and then attach to the twist the wire at the back, and that's just to give it a little bit more support. To keep it in that position. So I'm just twisting. I just said to the driver, the delivery driver, "You're early with the parcel." He's just said, "Well, I was an hour ahead on time with the deliveries." He says, "And then I get a message telling me to come back and fetch yours." I says, "Oh, sorry." He says, "Now I'm 28 minutes ahead, not an hour." I says, "Oh, well, I'm ever so sorry." He says, "No, don't be sorry." He says, "It's my job." So I'm going to put the other pumpkins in. Oops, I've got a glue string following me. And I'm going to place them at the bottom. And we'll just get the other one. I'm wiping any glue that pops out when I push the stem in or the pick in. Let me just get that to help bend. There. So I've placed in the pumpkins at the bottom like that. So and then we've got the bit of the floral and foliage. I wonder if I could pop that one through the centre with it being the longest. Just go up, push it up through here, and then bring it through the two there and have that. So there we have those. And so I'm not going to use the other pumpkins. So I want to, you see, I like to see the stalk on the mushrooms. So I probably want to place it on top like that as well. So that means I'm going to need to cut off the tag and this hook from the top. Do the same on here. I will straighten the bow up, guys. Let me stand above and just, how do I bring them? I just want to see which is the better position. I think there. So again, this is just polystyrene. So I'm going to go in through the side. It's an angle. So you don't see the stem underneath. And then we'll do the same to this one as well. So now they're on picks. So we're going to place them in. Just move some of our leaves out the way. And bring those leaves back down. Just bend them more upright. They are very light, they're not heavy. Just get that one there. And have that there. Like so. So our mushrooms are now in as well. I do want some in. I don't know whether I need this I don't think I need that in, guys. And let's have a look at our allium as well. Yeah, I'm going to cut how many have I got on here? I think I'm missing an allium. Oh goodness me, where's that gone? Right, so I'll keep that aside. And I'm going to cut, and the grass is push-ups on here as well. And I'm going to bring one of these down here with the grass coming out. We'll just lift it a little bit, give it that movement. Just move the grasses around it. That may be a little bit long. And we'll do the same the other side. I'm going to want 2 more. So where's that one? No. And then I'm going to bring one where the bow is here in the center. And you've got the gold leaf here. I'm going to bring one either side of the gold leaf at the top. So we'll just cut that down a little bit more. And just lift. That one. And then there's one there. So we'll place those there. And I can use these and add a few of these around the bottom as well. But let's try with some of this grass. Now it's on paperback. So I want to incorporate, it's not a very strong stem, it's like the plastic stems and they're not very strong, so I'm going to end up having to place a pick further up, and I place it further up near to where the bottom of the leaf is there. Put a bit of glue on it. I'm going to do it in brown. Then get my floral tape and I'm going to just wrap around where I've placed the pick, top of the pick and the glue. And I'm going to come down past where the stem of the grass is. Just slightly go back up, double up. So then that gives us a stronger pick and I can manipulate it as well. So I don't want it that long. place that. What's it caught on? Maple. And just have those sticking up. Let's get the tag off. Now that's got a bit of do this. Do the same with this one as well. Placing the glue on the pick, popping it at the top or just right up here where it ends, and then I'm going to just place on my floral, tape around. If I had a pick machine, guys, it would be much easier. But they don't sell them here. I've mentioned it a few times. They don't sell them here. I can order one from America, but the shipping, because of the weight of it, is absolute extortion. And now with the new tariffs as well, it's much more. Right, I've got a single. These single ones I could pop in here. I wonder if I could just snip that off. And place them in like that. So yes, I would love to have a pick machine, but it's just too expensive. But never mind, guys. We have to learn and cope with what we've got. Right, so I'm going to, there's two left. I'm going to incorporate these. Can get them off the stem. That's one and two. So we'll do the same again. Try and do it to the speed I'd usually do it. I do like to slow down my speed when I'm doing videos because of the big, because of beginners, and also not just beginners. Some people like to see it done at a slower pace so they can grasp if they decide to do it themselves. I always say, you know, to learn something, not everybody is very quick at picking things up, and they need it done at a slower speed. And I take that into consideration. Where shall we place? Place one. Top, and then I'm going to bring one coming down as well. I'm going to work on the around the pumpkins once I've finished doing what I up above with a bow around the bow. So that's all our glittery grass in as well. Now again, I've got the berries, and yeah, I'm definitely going to be placing in the berries. I did have another one of these out, but I don't think, oh, we may, we'll see, guys. I want to get, let's see, I don't want to overload it. It's quite, you know, there's not a lot on there, but as a cluster and you place it on, it looks a lot. I think I'd have to split it. We'll place one in here. I can feel that one coming through the back. There we have it. Have that. Sitting with the alliums to make it look like they're small and the alliums and they're just growing, even though they're not alliums. And also it fills up this little, you know, this gap, is some of the gap as well. Split these also. You can't pull these off on the main stem, but you can pull them off singular. So that one's got the most of the white little snowballs on. This has got the least, so I'm going to put the one with the most on now on the opposite side, just to balance out. Let's incorporate some coming through. Bring that one there. Bring them through our loops of our bow. And then I'll place the smaller one on this side with the least little snowballs on. Bring that back down. I think that one's not sitting as good, so let's pull it out and shorten the stem. Like that. So I may incorporate, well in fact I will, around there, so I don't around the pumpkins, so I don't need any of these. Excuse me. So place those ones there as well. Again, with these I want to just add the odd ones in. So let's get our bay leaves. And they come in the pack on single stems like this. And what I'm wanting to do, I'll keep them that length, is bring some gold here, because there's a lot of gold around the edge. So I want to incorporate some gold on top. If I can get it in, guys. There we go. I'm going to manipulate it slightly. And I don't mind them being quite, longer than the... Oh, I didn't scratch my nose because I've got glitter all over me. I don't mind them being slightly longer than some of the elements underneath. So we'll move that around and we'll go in here. If I have to cut the stems, I will. I was wanting to keep them quite long. No, that one's a bit too long, so let's cut that. Get that one there. As well, so we've got our bay leaves. I'm just going to pull this maple off and turn it around and glue it facing forward. That's so. So I've got the bay leaves there. See, we have got gold on the end, so I'm not really sure whether to place any more gold in. No, there'd be too much gold. I could place one going down to have 3, so it's not an even number. So let's do that. So we'll twist it around. So I wanted the bow to look like it's co-joining with, and the foliage and things that I'm placing in with the pumpkins. I want it quite long. Or should I say, no, not too long. To fill in that little gap, that's what I meant to have said. From the pumpkins to the bow, from the bow, sorry, to the pumpkins. Now let me bend that one back up in position, because I did bend that out of place. So I've placed in the bay leaf, coming from here, going down and pointing down towards there. I'm not going to place any more bay leaves in. Because there is a lot of gold, but I just want to add in bits. I'm going to cut these into thirds. And all I'm going to do is just add these near the mushrooms on here. Again, just for a little extra texture. I'm going to bring that one down there. I've just pulled one leaf off. I am terrible. Oops. Oh my goodness. I glued it, but it didn't even go on the prong. So gonna place them. Now these are going on the outer side, just as a little bit of depth from the back. You won't really be able to see them if you look. I've just placed it here, so I'm going to do another one here and use it as the depth. There. What can I may place one in the center of the bow because they're only small. Place that there. That, so we've got that just there, so we don't need any more of those. Now our berries. Now I want to bring some on the end. I think just to let's just lift the head slightly, not much. Bring some on the outer side as well at the top. I'm going to have one going down. Once I've placed 2 more up here on the outside. I do have some more. We'll have the berries in there as well. And we'll bring some there. I don't want these sticking up too far. I'm going to use them a little bit further in, just so the heads are just popping up. Let's have a look. So we've got those there. I do feel I need something here because it's just a little bit, I don't know if you can see, there's a lot of fullness going off around here, but there's just something slightly missing just around here. Just there. So do I'll use, I think I'm going to bring in this. I can just move the foliage slightly. I can't see where I'm aiming. There we go. That's just made it slightly a little bit more full. Just that area there. I just felt it was lacking. I need to bend the stem a little. There. So now we've got these. I just want to see, because we've got them here, do I just add in the odd 1 or 2? Let's just have a look. I can take the bottom petal off or leaves off to extend the stem. just bring that there. One there. Oops, today is it? It's drifting. I may bring one in there where I was having a little bit of issue. Just incorporate that there as well. So I'm not going to add in any more. Oh, I may put those around the bottom. So now I've done the top area, as you can see. So that is all nice and full. So now I'm going to just work till the glitter dies and place some foliage and little bits around the pumpkin at the bottom. So again, I don't want a great deal of really anything down here. I think with the tail ends, I'm going to just turn them up and create the loops or ringlets. I'm not going all the way to the top with them. It's just that I was keeping an eye on the tail ends. They just kept touching or catching onto the pumpkins. So we'll shorten them by just placing some ringlets in. I may do that one a little bit higher up as well. So then now we can place in some small elements around the pumpkins. Excuse me. I'm going to just place some of these on picks. And just incorporate just some little pieces around. Now we'll place these on picks. We won't waste them. Let's use them up while we've got them. just bent those down a little there. And we've got what I've saved from the beginning. And I'm going to do these in single leaves. Let's just see where they're needed. Yeah. I want one at the bottom. I can't really get my stubby fingers right in to push it right back. And then the other one, do the same on this side. I won't really like to sit under. It's not really sitting. And then I had, because we're placing in quite a bit of green, I'm going to place, let's have a look, let's get some berries. I don't know how many I'm going to need, but we'll just get 3. And do I place that under there? Yeah, we're going to place that in as well. I may cut it down a little bit shorter. Oh, I did get these out, guys. I forgot about these. These were some cut out leaves, and these are my oddments. I've just spotted them as I turned my head. So I could just pull out and place some of these in. I forgot about those. So first of all, I want to get in this raffia. I'm going to cut it down a little bit more. So I just stroke my hand up to where I'd like to cut it and snip. So I've just shortened it so it's not as long. And we'll place that in under the gold pumpkins. And again, just bring in what we've been using at the top. That's not sitting straight. So sorry if the video's gone on, guys. I also wanted to make sure that you could see different ways of shortening or elongating things, or, you know, cutting things, you know, just some techniques. Maybe not, I haven't done a lot, but I hope it's helpful. Bringing the berries here as well on the sides. I don't want to go crazy with those, so I'll perhaps leave that one out. Now I'm going to cut this one up. I know I'm going to look for how many. 1, 2, I count to see how many is on. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. So I can't chop that one off. So it'll be about here. 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, yeah. So it'll be about there. And I'm going to bring a little bit of the tree pine in as well. Just add that in. So let's have a look. I don't want double leaf, so I may have to chop this up as well. Let's take the band off. Oh, here's a single. Let's have a look. That's another single. That's lucky. That's very lucky. Have I got any more singles? No. So then do I bring that one under there like that? Yes, I'm going to do that. That looks quite pretty. Are these on pick? No, they're not. So I'll bring a bit of our gold in on that side. And that's all I'm going to add in. I'm not going to place in any more gold. I don't want to over, go overboard with everything at the bottom. It's just more of a smaller arrangement down at the bottom. We'll go there. So let's have a look if anything's come through the back. Right, I've got a couple. So let me just get right in and chop that bit off. And then there's one here. Any more? Nope, that's them. So that's all I'm going to do with the... Oh, I've still got that one, haven't I? I may bring that one down. Saves us wasting. I'm placing in the oddment or the leftover box, or oddments, should I say, with this one. But that's all I'm going to add in. I'm not going to place in any more. I think it looks quite full. And I always say, if you're adding in any elements and it's, oh, I forgot one, and it's not giving you that wow factor anymore, or it's not adding any more interest to your beautiful arrangement, then that's when you need to stop, guys. Because I do get asked that quite a lot. How do you know when to stop? And I always, state that if it doesn't add the interest or any more wow factor, then you need to finish what you're doing and, not put any more elements in. You see, I haven't got a tree pine down here, so I could place that underneath. Again, I don't want it as long as, probably a similar length to the bay leaf, what I've had pointing down. I'm going to put it underneath the bay leaf. just want to there we go. So that's under our bay leaf now. And there is our ribbon, what I keep squashing, what I'm terrible for. Do you guys do the same when you do the ringlets or any bows really? You spend a lot of time fluffing them back up, but are they all worth it in the end, don't you think, guys? And that one there, that one, and then that one there. So I'm going to get the easel out and I'm going to just inspect it quickly, see if it's all balanced. I think one of the mushrooms doesn't seem to be sitting in place as well as the other. I think this one seems to be a bit droopy. I don't know. Let's see where the stem is to it. Let's pull it out. Place some more glue on it. That's better. That's much better. Seems to be holding its position more. So let's get it up on our easel. If I can find my hook. It's hidden behind that. I can't get to my hook, guys. I think I've glued it down. How silly of me. Let's lower that, that's a bit too high as well. I may need to lean it back a bit. I'm going to just cut a bit of that gold grass. It's just a bit long. There we go. Just making sure everything's sitting in the correct position. Right, oh, let me just tidy up all of this mess. Right, let's bring our wreath forward and then lift our camera. I'll pop it like, if I can get it sort of in that position. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Because I have had in the past one person say to me, do I just do the one style wreaths where they are crescent? And I did reply, no, fortunately I've been trained many years ago to do many designs. So I do the full wreaths, I do this style wreath, and then also with this going that way, I do the crescent. I just do more of a wreath where it's very minimal and there's not much on, and then really full wreaths as well. Many different styles, and plus it's just what, you know, what you like to get used to, and you have a signature style. And you're known for that signature style. I think that's it really. So again, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you like it with the pumpkins at the bottom. Yes, we've got a few little pumpkins up the top, but I got the picks out for the pumpkins to place at the top so we could incorporate the big pumpkins down here and bring in some pumpkins up above. I just wanted to add in the toadstools because I just the mushrooms, because I just love them. I think they're lovely colour. They may need to be sitting in a position where the stem's facing down, if that makes sense. We'll see. I may have to have a little play with them after. But yeah, and just adding some berries in. So with the gold and the, you know, like the sage or olive green and maybe forest green or really dark green, it, you know, it would look really, really pretty having gold mixed in with it. Again, I love the greens. I had green and gold for Christmas all last year, and it looked absolutely outstanding. And I guess green and silver would too, you know, things like that. It would look really pretty. But, you know, we're doing an autumn one, as the lady asked if I could do. So to the point where she could just take out the the pumpkins and use it for Christmas, and then just add in something like a poinsettia. Or maybe she could just add another little bow down here instead. You know, maybe this bow, and you could add it back down here instead. Or you could replace these and place in Christmas ornaments, in, you know, or baubles as we call them in the UK, and place in the baubles and instead here, and remove these and place in the baubles there as well. You could do that. Or you could just take these out and add in things like pine cones, lotus heads. You could have, you know, a few pine cones down here with a big lotus head, you know, or around a Christmas ornament or bauble, anything like that, just by removing a few little elements. So you've got really 3, 5, and if you remove the picks, you've got 8 elements or 8 stems just to remove and just replace them. You can leave the berries in, the gold grass and the fern. You could even leave the raffia in as well, and also, excuse me, also the tree pine. You could leave that in. You could even leave the alliums in because they look a bit like a snowball. You could leave those in, and these as well, little snowballs here. So you could leave all of that in and then just replace these few elements, which would look really, really pretty. And if you didn't want any Christmas ornaments or baubles here, you could replace them with a bit more of ribbon, you know, and have a little, you've got 3 different colours here that I've incorporated. So you just do a bow where you've got 1 loop of each colour and place them either side, and then do a smaller one down here, you could do that, and I'm sure it would look fabulous. There's many ways you can incorporate something that you've made for autumn and you don't really want to change anything else. You just want to change out the pumpkins, and you can replace it with lots of different things, guys, and it would always look beautiful. You could even add a little attachment in. If you wanted to add in a gold little Santa or a reindeer, you know, you could replace them with things like that as well. They would look, a reindeer, I mean reindeers, I love them, so they would look really pretty sat up there as well. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Please subscribe, share and like. To everybody who you know, bring them along, come and have a look at the different ideas and different colour choices and designs to create something beautiful, you know, for themselves, or to inspire them to give it a go if they've never done it before, and to be proud of themselves when they do it, especially for beginners who are doing it for the first time. You know, it gives you some colour options and some different choices of foliage. Again, if you haven't got the maple in green, or if you haven't got the maple in, no, I think this is oak actually, not maple, maybe oak, in the cream colours, you could use other, you know, like ivy, you could add in there, or you could acorn leaves, or even oak or birch, you know, or even you could place in eucalyptus, silver dollar, things like that, and add in ferns if you haven't got these tree pines. You could add in ferns or cypress leaves, you know, anything like that, guys. Or spruce, you could add in some bits of spruce as well. And if you haven't got the white berries, you could add in any colour berries depending on whatever colour choice you're doing. If you're doing, you know, it's a black and white theme, add in black or white berries. If you're doing purple, add in purples or lilacs or pinks, anything, guys, or silvers, you know, things like that, and it would always look really outstandingly beautiful. And again, I've just added these long florals in here. If you don't have things like that, then just add in maybe some lavender, white lavender, you know, and or white fern if you have white fern. Bring the white fern coming down instead. Or if you've even got a wisteria and you've got one in white, just bring one stem of the wisteria where the flower head is. You could bring that down as well and incorporate that into it. You could really, the world's your oyster, guys. It really is. You could really have lots of fun. So, hi, hon.
No.
So, thank you for that, and thank you for watching all my videos and also today's video. I really do appreciate you taking your time out, you know, your precious time to sit and watch, you know, somebody else creating, like myself and many other you know, floral designers out there, including yourselves, and, you know, taking up that time, and hopefully it, you know, it helps you learn things that you may not even have known. But if you've got any pictures, and again, like Diane, the lovely Diane, if you've got any wonderful pictures of what you've created, please send them to my email address, which is theflowerpatch240one@gmail.com. Gmail is just the letter G and then the word mail, all as one. And then just send me your pictures and a little message, and I surely will reply, as I will for you, Diane, today. So thank you very much, everybody, again for watching. My heart goes out to you all, and with the kindness that you send in your comments, it really is touching. Keep them coming. I truly do love it. So have a wonderful day, guys. God bless. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Bye-bye. So let's just have a little close-up. I always find it's a little better to have a close-up. Oh, I've pressed that button today, guys. It's just popped up. So I may have to zoom out to zoom back in just to get the focus. Let's have a look. Yeah. Can you see how it's not focusing on the mushroom? So where's that button? Right, one moment, guys. There we have it. So there's our lovely ribbon and our bow with a gold and white stripe. The it's like a forest green glittered 5/8 of and then the gold one is a 7/8, and then we've got this 7/8 there as well in the gold with the frilled edge. So here we have our lovely pumpkin, I keep calling them pumpkin, mushroom. I'm going to bring these so the stems, the stalk of them are sticking out so you can get to see them, because otherwise it just looks like it's got two eyes, look. So, and that would bother me. There's our tree pine, our lovely gold bay leaf, our maple in the green, our wonderful little alliums, look. Aren't they divine? And then our cut out fern leaf, our gold glittered grass, and our little pumpkins here as well. There's our berries, our little snowballs here also. What else did we use? All these gold maiden hair little pods, our wonderful green pumpkin, and our two gold ones there as well, and also the bits of raffia that I've incorporated, and these long wild flowers. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys, and I hope that you give it a go in any colour and send us a picture of your design where you've got it, the big part at the top and just something smaller at the bottom. So take care, guys. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Bye-bye.